All right, we should be good. Now, like the title says, we're gonna be talking some Witch Hat, and because I reread Witch Hat recently, right? And I reread, there's a lot of things I can kind of speak on, and I do want to cover some stuff like in the future moving forward. But actually, let me get my volume. What up? Y'all need to come. So, check it out, bruh. Like beautiful, beautiful. Best in the game. But yeah, when it comes to content I want to make, I think the first I would do is like I definitely want to do a power system one, right? Because this power system right here is one of my personal favorites, like easily. And we all give me a minute. Like I was saying, this power system right here is easily one of my personal favorites. Not because it's like some crazy intricate kind of power system. It's basically like if you're good at like math and stuff like that, like it's very easy to just understand, and the things that should work actually work. So and we see it like on screen a lot. So I definitely having that in the lab, but there's I have like stuff coming up soon that I have to focus on, so I can't really pump out as many videos as I would like. So that's kind of in the back burner for like a month, but that and then Brim Hat, that's definitely coming, and world building. Like those three are like my top three, like upcoming kind of videos I'm trying to make. But you might as well start, from chapter one. Now, which had like a good start, I would say, and of course, like everyone's a fan of Magic, so it wasn't really that hard to get, kind of interested in what's going on. But what made me really like it is that on a reread, I got the goat. Hey, I got the is clean. On the reread, I noticed that the mangaka actually knew what she wanted to do, or he actually I don't know if it's a girl or guy. Hold up, but the mangaka actually knew what they wanted to do with the power system because there's a lot of mangaka out there, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but there's a lot of mangaka out there that they don't exactly know what they want to do with the power system, so they tend to like just have like something sprinkled in like the beginning, and then later on really define how it works. But here we see that like the flying cart that had magic on it. We know how it works now on like a reread, but like coming in, you don't really know how magic works. So you're like, okay, the card is magic, and then you're kind of thinking to yourself, how does it work? Yada yada. Then the boy, he like bumps his head like on the bottom of the card, which most likely had to. It's a girl. Okay, thank you. So yeah, so he bumps his head on the bottom of like the cart, and based on what we know, like on like a reread, right? Because of course, reading the first time you wouldn't know, but based on what we know, he probably like ruined the circle ring that makes the magic happen. So off that alone, we pretty much know that okay, like she pretty much know how like the ring would work and all that. Then of course Coco drawing it and all of that. Like it's just pretty cool that off chapter one, the system was already pretty defined and well, and it was going in a good direction. Because like I said, I read a lot of series where, like I said, it's not necessarily a bad thing. As long as you eventually get what you want to do. But it's just cool that she knew. And then of course, with how it works, with the sigils and the signs and the ring closure, it's pretty cool. because there's many different types of ways you can do fire magic. You just need the fire signal, and then like the sign will either make it levitate, expand, condense, all that, and then you close it, and then it works. Like it's really that easy, and then because of how easy it is to do, that's what makes it very dangerous. Like we found out through like the history how humans that they found out how magic worked, and then they started instant wars. Like humans can never just be calm. They always got to do some shit. But yeah, so I kind of get see because the thing is one of the major kind of conflicts with the series is that is it exactly right to hide magic? Like, of course, they have good precedents to hide magic because the the humans had constant wars. They use magic for wrong, yada yada yada. So of course, it makes sense why they did it. I'm not really complaining about that, but I feel like the current rules right now, is way too harsh. Like way too harsh because I don't think they're even allowed to heal people. So magic, someone sprains the leg, or maybe the legs losing blood really quickly. You can use magic to heal them, but because it's magic on the skin, and magic on the skin could be used the wrong way. It doesn't have to be used the wrong way, but it could be used the wrong way. It's not allowed. It's not legal. So even if you want to do something good with it, it's still illegal to do, and then so people can't do it. I find that pretty stupid. Like just because you can do something bad doesn't necessarily mean you should just ban it out for it. Because I think even one of the wise sages, like one of the people resisting, like the wise sages and his rules, they were like the witch of like healing, or the witch doctor, like a witch that like heals people. It was a good witch, and then they were obviously resisting the rules that stopped them from helping people. But they ended up losing, unfortunately. But yeah, then Coco becomes a witch, and yeah, Coco. Actually, let me speak on Coco, bro. Coco is definitely one of my fave kind of MC characters. What I really like from the start, was how Coco, how from the very beginning, right? Like Coco, of course, wanted to use magic, but and when she finally found out how to kind of use the magic, she, she ends up, doing what she did to her mom, the frozen statue. Very unfortunate, but when Quiffrey comes to threaten to kind of wipe out her memories, the first thing Coco reacts with was just like, "What about my mom?" Like she was way more concerned about her mom's well being than like her memories about it being wiped out and her just learning magic, because like that was her lifelong goal. And then Quiffrey able to take that all away when she just got it, like the first day, and she was worried about her mom. And then I like the mom too, because the mom was worried that Coco would kind of leave her to Quiffy and stuff like that. And instead of you making those feelings like come out in a bad way, she kind of kept it to herself, because it's very easy for parents to kind of see like their kid, okay, their kid might go away from me, and I don't want them to like leave me, so I will just keep them in the house, lock them up, stuff like that. But the mom didn't do that, so I'm I'm a fan of how the mom and Coco, like it really showed that like good trust between them two. So that's why it makes sense why Coco's trying so hard to kind of get her mom back. They seem like they had a really good relationship. I hope the Brim has talk more. I hope the Brim has talk about how hypocritical that they bend the rules to erase people's memories. Yeah, see, that's the thing with the Brim hats, because we honestly don't know how the Brim hats are living. Because the Brim hats right now, they could be living a very, very, like, in an aspect, right? Like, it might not be like their best life, because I honestly don't know how they're living, but because there are no rules where they live, right? They could honestly be living like a really, really good life. So, or that they made the exception to the rule. Yeah, because like during Volume 5, when they were talking on that they're talking on that like one test with Ainu and Riche, Agate, all of them. The Brimhats were saying that it was pretty hypocritical, that magic is too, like, you guys are too suppressed with what you can do with magic. Like magic is so much more, and you guys are just bound by rules, stuff like that. And of course, the kids are taught to kind of ignore what the Brimhats are saying. But I feel like with the direction Coco's dangerous. Like we all know this. Coco has high potential of becoming a Brim Hat. So I mean, going down that kind of path because most likely saving her mom has to be done through forbidden magic. But y'all should also watch out for Tatia because actually no. Tatia will be like the last one, but mainly the brim hats could like there are different means to like the goals a lot of these characters want. So like if they want that goal bad enough, exactly like Coco for example, they would honestly go to the dark side to kind of get what they want. And they even Tartar right now, right? Tartar is like illegal herbs because like you're not allowed to study medicine or herbs or any of that. And Tartar doesn't care because he's like, nah, like someone needs me right now. Kustis does, he needs my help, so I'm gonna help him, regardless of if it's legal or not. So like I said, these characters are already kind of leaning towards that. I'm gonna do what I have to do to get my goals done, even if you say it's illegal. So, and of course, with how the Magic Police is too, because with I forgot their names, but when they caught Orgio, right, and then like that one guy was telling him how if Orgio knows something, and he should tell him because he has to protect the order. I think he said the order of magic, like how magic is in the world. He has to protect that. And Orgio was like, "Whoa, you want to protect the order instead of like the magicians themselves?" So it's clear that the witch police kind of prioritize the rules and then the order, the state of things, way more than the people, and that can come and bite them back heavily down the line. So, yeah, I'm pretty hyped to see where that goes. Um, yeah, Brim hats, hey, because the Brim hats magic so far, like they all look dope. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, back to what I was saying with Coco. Yeah, Coco definitely one of my faves right now. Like she, I think it might have been when she was taking that test that kind of defined it for me because of course she just learned that if you if your lines are too long, then it won't be balanced, and then it'll go down that direction. And instead of using it as a bad thing, Coco's like, oh, if it's too long, I'll just use it in a situation where I need like a long kind of line. And wait, hold up. Tartar and Kusta is gonna fold, man. He's gonna fix his colorblindness, and Kusta's gonna get his legs healed. Kustis is definitely folding because Kustis and Didon, I forgot who's Kustis like friend is, but cause like Didon or Dagon, I think it's Didon, but no Dagda, my fault, Dagda. I'm thinking JJK. Dagda, Dagda was asking like that one witch police guy, like, yo, heal Kustis. I saw because like I forgot what it was. It might have been Riche or it might have been Quifree, but they like burned a flag, right? Like the flag that they were like using, it completely burnt, like disintegrated. It was just gone, and then like the witch police like used their magic, and then it just like healed. Like the flags like that was burned away, like it just kind of like healed. Like it never like nothing ever happened to it. And then Kustis had like busted legs, and then the guy's like, bro, if you could like heal a busted flag from that, it's literally burnt away, and you can heal it. Why can't you heal Kustis? And he could. He could physically heal Kustis, but then the witch police started using some blackmail, saying, "Oh, like if you keep talking or yada yada, then I won't even be able to bring Kustis to the hospital." Yeah, I'm just like, dog, you are so corny, bro. But I really wonder how the magic police will fare against the brim hats. Dog. See, because the thing is, Quifree was kind of flexing on that one brim hat. He was saying like the reason why magic isn't allowed to the reason why magic isn't allowed to be used offensively or something like that is because it'll be a total wash if a proper magician was to fight somebody like the brim hat was fighting. So if Quifree wasn't just talking smack, actually was serious, then yeah, like these witches allegedly, I'll always say allegedly until I see more, are like super strong. And then that would also make sense if like the brim hats are kind of, if it, like the fact that they're kind of hiding away and stuff like that, it could make sense that um how they're they're on like the lower end of things. I love the aspect of the power system. I'm so excited to for different magic in this series. Yeah, like it's cool because even I think he couldn't draw his circles well and stuff like that. So instead of like a normal person would take like four circles to do the magic, and then in like different series or different power systems, you need that four or else you can't do it. But here, as long as you have enough, because like the power output will be lower, but as long as you have enough to have that final number, so even if it needs 8 or 10 or 12, then it'll be perfect. Malcolm, you here? Malcolm, you can slide through if you want, bro. I love the aspect of the power system. I'm so excited. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the fighting aspect of the series is kind of interesting, to be honest. It's not like we're here for the hands, but yeah, the Witch Police, cause like they had that one female character. She looked like I have stocks in her. Like she looked like she's she's gonna be nice. So I want to see how they fare. And let me see. Oh yeah, I was going through what happened in the first volume. Yeah, so when Coco was doing I forgot what it was called. Like that pathway where she had to grab the fruit from the top. The fact that see what I really liked about that scene was that of course Coco couldn't just like accomplish it. She's freshly new in the world, but instead, what Coco did was a lot because like when it comes to these series, right, where you get introduced into a world of magic, kind of like different from your old world, right? Like the world of like your house, your neighborhood, and then there's like this secret society of like brand new people, yada yada. In series like these, you they tend to completely ignore or like everything that you were before you enter that new world, like it doesn't matter. Everything you've learned, everything you've done back then, it just doesn't matter now. Everything's focused on the new world, and it works most of the time. You see it in isekais and stuff. People don't really care too much about like the previous world, but the fact that her mom lives in that previous world and she's always grown as being a carpenter and stuff like that. I like how those skills were translated into her, accomplishing, the test. How straight her lines were because of it, and then she even said herself that the reason why she could succeed was because of her mom. And then tears were in her eyes as she grabbed the flag and she said she'll stop at nothing until she brings the mom back. That was just heartfelt, bro. I was like, I love Coco, bro. Coco Fire. Love the series. Hey, I do too, bro. Cause yeah, Coco. Yeah, Coco be having like nightmares every night talking about it. It's so cool. And I'm going through these panels right now. The way like the pages are kind of structured, it just looks so good. What else are we gonna talk about? Let me see. Because we can go through the characters. All right, Agate, everyone's favorite. She's like my fourth favorite character, I think. But Agate is going through some. What I like about Agate is that the people of her kind of character trope, right? It's very easy for them to be trapped under their mindset for like a long time. But Agate definitely has the fastest character growth in the series by far, and I honestly like how much she learns as she goes on. Because based on her dialogue early on, we can pretty much tell how her family treats her. We know she was kicked out of her family. She wasn't good enough. And usually for these elite families, if you're not like 90% of the curve, you're trash. So it's just like, ah, it's always rough. But the way she was talking to Coco, see, because like that's the thing that didn't make me like Agate at first. Because even though I knew where she was coming from, the way she was talking to Coco, you can tell that she's kind of projecting her family's kind of trauma, like the trauma she got from her family on Coco. Because she was saying stuff like, "There's nothing I could learn from someone weaker than me" and stuff like that. And honestly, like in my headcanon, I can see her family kind of seeing her something similar. That like, Agate never had a say when it came to inputs and stuff in her family since she was just average or since she was, maybe below their standard. So she was kind of projecting that on Coco, but quickly by like third volume, fourth volume, she already changed her mindset to start learning more and adopting some of Coco's like ideals. Because one of the biggest showcases of this was when Coco told her that if she fails the first time, she could just do another thing the second time. And to Agate, that was like a foreign concept. Like Agate really, she was just like, "What? Like you could just try again?" And then after hearing that, I was like, "Wow, I can't believe what she went through as a kid, because I could just imagine her parents, her family, just kind of forcing this idea on her that if she makes a single mistake, she's done for. If she, one try is pretty much all she has. So yeah, that was kind of sad that she just couldn't consider that she can do something, it doesn't work, and then just try again. But of course, we see it in like the last two volumes, like when they were trying to do the test for the recent um welcome stop. All right, bro. I appreciate it, but yeah, when you're doing the recent test for I forgot his name. I think it's Barado. I think it's Barado. Let me see. But when you're doing the recent test for the witch in charge of the um Lord Feldari. All right. The test for him, Agathe was saying that if and even if we fail, we could just try again. And of course, that's clear growth right there, because old Agathe would never have said that. And even in Volume 5, when they were taking that test with what's it called, with Ainu and stuff like that, she was really trying to protect Ainu, because Ainu kind of took that hit for her, because the Brim Hats came, was about to ride on Agathe. And to be honest, I low key would have just dropped the series right there. If Agathe was written on, nah, bro, I can't handle that. But yeah, so she took from Ainu. Then Agathe was pure like defense mode. I have to pay him. Well, she didn't say like pay him back, but she really wanted to, kind of avenge him and like save him. And I don't think like kind of Volume 1 Agathe would be moving like that. So that was great to see. And of course there's this like person that Agathe is looking forward to. Well, she's not looking forward to seeing, but she's saying in the festival that person will be there, like, and then she's wondering and kind of stressing out over them. So I don't know if it's gonna be like a brother, maybe I think it's like an older kind of brother or an older sister, or just like somebody that probably was a big factor on why Agathe is the way she is. So yeah, I'm trying to see how that goes. That's honestly one of my, because the Agathe arc is the only thing we're kind of missing now. Because Coco gets a good amount of character arcs. Even Tartar gets his character arcs. Riche got hers in the that like Snake's Way kind of test. And well, Tatia doesn't really like. She's not a character that really gets her own thing. She's just kind of everywhere. But yeah, we're missing the Agathe arc. And then I definitely wanted to talk about Quifrey, bro. All right, see, Quifrey's a cool guy. Like he is some of the. Honestly, I would even say Quifrey's the most interesting character right now. And by interesting, I mean like he has the most to him, like the brightest future kind of thing. Because, with Agathe being the second, because with Quifrey, right, his backstory, we learned that he was found in like the forest in like a coffin or something. So we don't know how he got there. We don't know where he was, and we assumed that it was the Brim Hats. He said that they were practicing a new kind of forbidden magic. Because the thing about forbidden magic, if y'all don't know, is that forbidden magic is like forbidden magic is just normal magic that everyone was using back then. And then because of like the wars and stuff like that, they looked at all the magic back then and they were like, okay, you can't use like this portion of magic. Only this can be used. So forbidden magic is pretty much all from the past. Like all the magic from like back then that's like that got recently banned. You sound kind of low. Hold up. All right. Hopefully, I sound better, Falcon. But yeah, so forbidden magic, they're mainly all from the past. So but for Quifrey, he said that they were practicing a new kind of forbidden magic. So now they're developing new spells that are in the means of like the legal kind of on your body kind of spells, stuff like that. And he said like from based on Origuo, like based on what he says, he didn't even know that Quifrey actually got like that book from the Tower of like libraries or whatever, like that library that copies every book. Like he didn't know, but Quiffy actually got it. So Quiffy has information from that book, and he knows what the Brim Hats are doing, but of course, like he won't tell anybody. So he's kind of keeping it to himself. So right now, Quiffy's holding a lot of information that can be really deep and push the series forward that he's just not saying right now. So that would be it's pretty interesting to kind of see where he's gonna go with that. And then also his left eye, or was his right eye? But the one that he didn't lose, like his remaining eye is getting blind. And because the main thing of why I'm iffy on Quiffy was how he treated Origuo, right? Because he he has some type of plan that he wants to do, and then there are people that gets in the way, and then those people get the memory erased. Tartar's grandpa got his memory erased for um, seeing the brim hat, and I mean, I'll just look away. Like he definitely is. Well, I don't think he folds if he's gonna go. He definitely is. Well, I don't think he folds if he's gonna go blind before catching the brim hat. I think he's gonna heal his eyes with forbidden magic. That will be interesting because Quirfrey is definitely the type of guy. See, that's why he's living in the corner, of like the world. Like he's definitely the type of guy that if like he's very close to like succeeding and his eyes about to go blind, I feel like he would just use forbidden magic. Like, but the thing is, people would know because like they'd be like, "Oh, your eye got fixed." Like, yeah. So the direction of this series, like the possibilities, is really high. So I'm a fan of it. But yeah, the main thing I was saying that I'm iffy on Quirfrey is just how he treated Origura, right? Because Origura was, I think, my third favorite character. He's just so solid. And then Quirfrey, because like in one translation, I think it was the Manga Dex one, he said something like, if you were like to join me, like we would like you would be in danger. And then he didn't want that. So he erased his memories to he erased his memories to like kind of protect him. So like in that translation, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool because Quiffy's even though he's still erasing his memories, he's still looking out for Origuo. But in the recent kind of, but in the manga C one, right? Like I'm looking at it right here. Um, I don't want to misquote him. He says, I do believe you would still help me, knowing all there is to know. You have a gentle soul. That's why you chose to forgive me yet again. But I can't have that. And then he goes and wipes out his memory, says he's sorry, and then forgive him, old friend. So I feel like he just doesn't trust Origuo enough with like what's going on and stuff like that. And also, what the nail in the coffin was when he said, what the he said, "Be the master Quifrey I've always been, huh? If only I could. Believe me, I would like that much. I would very much like that too." So like the of course the master Quifrey he's always been. It's like the one Coco looks up to, the Tia looks up to, all that. And he's saying that he would if he could, but life's not that easy. So if he's like betraying Coco and them, like he's like they're not really in his future. Of course, he has like bigger plans, like the Brim Hats prioritizing them. I'm not mad at it, but I won't say I'm a fan of it. Quifrey's so interesting, man. Yeah, Malcolm, like the fact that he's so knowledgeable and he trained under the witch in charge of um in charge of the education, so it's like Quiffy has so much to him. But the thing about me, like I care about these kids. If Quiffy gonna snake these kids, hey, I'm jumping ship. It's really that simple. But yeah, I want to see where he goes next. And I feel like this festival, because of how the Brim Hats have pulled up literally every single arc, they don't rest. Every arc they pull up, every volume, you're gonna find a Brim Hat. So this festival is prime time Brim Hat season. Yo, Steve, hey, Steve, I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, this festival coming up, prime Brim Hat season, bro. So like, they're definitely gonna do something that just sparks like, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe they might chase Coco again. Maybe they might go to Kustis. They might find different targets. But I feel like they're definitely gonna cause chaos because they're everywhere. And in the backstory, right? Like the backstory where Coco met the first Brim Hat, that was in this festival. I'm pretty sure. or maybe it's a different festival, but you know, it's still a festival. So they already have precedents of like pulling up to festivals and stuff. So if a brim hat does pull up, it's gonna be spooky. It's gonna be spooky. But what else? Quifree, is that all I have to say about Quifree? Brim has the Superior Magic Society. Malcolm, bro. They like if you're injured, right? If you go to the normal witch society, they're not healing you. The Brim hats, they could probably heal you. So, you know what I'm picking, bro. Like if you know my mom got issues, my aunt got issues, they need healing. These normal witches don't got me. Like it's oh yeah, it was in the festival exactly. Yeah, see, so this festival art could be nice. Like the art's always nice, but yeah, I'm expecting a lot of Agate because it's been set up for her and for uh the brim hats. I'm expecting them. Praying for Coco right now, bro. Coco wants to save her mom by any means, bro. Like if the brim hat's gonna do it for her, she gonna rock that black witch dress. Like she looks better in it too, so she's definitely gonna rock that. And what else? Oh yeah, they all passed that test. So I forgot because a chapter said that when you pass the test, Agate was about to pass. I think you're allowed to do, you're allowed to like you get like a certain privilege, and I forgot what it was, but let me see if I can find it. Uh, I think you can go on like expeditions and stuff like that if you pass the test, and then they all passed it. So that's a pretty. I mean, that's a pretty convenient way to kind of bring everyone to the same level. But hey, like they pulled it off. It worked, and I did like that they didn't have to wait an extra year because it was very unfair that the brim had popped up and just ruined everyone's test. And then the fact that he acknowledged that, you know, he was just okay. It was pretty unfair that happened. I'll just give you guys a new test. So that was pretty cool. I actually like him. You know, that Sage of Beraduit. I think that's the name. But yeah, he's tough. He's tough. And let me talk about the girls. Okay, so my fave was Coco for a while, and then it became Tatia. Because Tatia was always my second fave after Coco, only because Coco got more content than Tatia, and then they both didn't miss for me. And then Coco had like two kind of situations where she was kind of to me. And like the first one was when Agate just passed her test, and then Coco was telling Agate that you know, because Agate was you know kind of depressed that the test she looked so forward to was taken. You know, like the brim has came in, they couldn't really finish the test, and then Coco just like, oh, you saved me, yada yada yada, and that just wasn't the right words at this time. You know, like Coco should have. I felt like she should have been more like aware of you know her existence affecting the people around her, and then maybe give an apology or something like that. Maybe overly apologize, and then have Agate kind of be like, "Oh no, it's not like it's your fault." But I expected that kind of scene, but instead I kind of got a very misplaced kind of statement from Coco. So it's kind of like this not really it. And then the Kustas scene recently when she was telling Kustas that, you know, she was telling Kustas that there's still potential for you. You know, like you can still open up the doors that are locked, yada yada. Because she always wanted to know magic, but you know she couldn't, and then there's nothing she can do. But because of you know her circumstances, she ended up actually becoming a magician, which is physically impossible. Well, it's practically impossible for literally any other human. So the fact that Coco pulled it off, you know, she's now telling Kustis as an inspiration that, you know, if I can do it, you can do it. But she couldn't necessarily say that because it's illegal to tell humans that you became a magician or how becoming a magician works. So because like that half of like I used to be like you, like that part she couldn't say. So literally only thing Kustis heard was, you know, you could be a magician too. But to Kustis, Coco's always been a magician. So he's just like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I can't, like, you were born, like, up there. You know, I was born in the slums. Yeah, I didn't have anything. So, yeah, that part, Coco didn't realize, too, that, you know, what she's saying will actually make things worse. But her and Tartar's bouncing back right now. Love to see it. But Tatia, that's my goal. But Tatia is just great. Because the thing about like the three, because the three other girls, like they're pretty much fighting their demons, right? Because Coco, she has to get her mom back. So Coco, she is very, she's nightmares every night. She's thinking, racking her brain over trying to bring her mom back to, you know, back to life or like back from her stone kind of cage. And because of that, she's not really looking at like the world itself. She just she has problems to deal with first, and then we have Agate, which is going through something. She's fighting her own demons where the her family, the Arklum, they kind of kicked her out for not being good enough, stuff like that. So she wants to live up to no, she wants to go and show them that they were wrong about her, and that she's actually really nice. Kind of like Maki, like she on her Mackie gimmick from JJK, trying to prove that she's actually really really nice. So she has that going for her, and literally out of all the paths Agate can take in life, if they don't lead to her proving her family wrong, she won't take it. So she's kind of bind to that, and then Riche, because of her history, she's really doubtful of like adults, and she has to like learn to find that she can still have her own personality while also listening to adults and growing as a magician. So we already saw that kind of come to a close with volume 4 and 5, where she learned that even if she's following rules and following adults, she can definitely still be her. She can still have her own magic. It still has that cliche stamp when she's using, a spell. So yeah, she was going through that most of the series. And then Tatia, she's really not bounded or binded by anything, So she has the free kind of space to kind of think big, and then that's why her main goal isn't really dealing with herself or her problems, but she wants to kind of be like a worldwide like savior of like just people, because like one of the main themes of the series, well, one of the main positive themes of the series is what magic is used for, right? And with characters like Orijuo, Quifrey, and them, they're always a reminder that magic is used for good. They're used to help people, being good and being magicians that help everyone. That's what drives, that's what drives everyone. Well, that's what should drive everyone. And Orijuo was pretty much the reason why um, Coco is who she is today. His magic heading up the streets and stuff like that. And then we even had in that one chapter when he went to that king to like to do that ball for her friends. Um, no, that ball for his daughter that's getting married. Like the people on the streets. He was talking about how he lowered the crime rate because of the lights. How people that they were injured, they couldn't go places, but now they could. Like Origin was like the whole block knew him, son. Like everyone knew him. They were hyped for him. They were like, Team Origin, you're the best. That's who Tatia wants to be when she grows up. Like she's like the new gen Origin. She wants to be someone that brings smiles to everyone's faces. Just makes magic that makes everyone smile. And she's also, we saw this in volume 5, but when people are kind of like doubting whether they're on the right path and stuff like that, she becomes that like chain that like binds them to like the good path. Like this is where we should go. This is what we gotta do. And because Coco was doubting, like, hey, if I have to use forbidden magic to save I knew, then let's do it. And then to see like, hey, we don't have to go down that road. There's like 4 of us here. We could think, hack our brains up, and then we're good. And it did end up working too. So I just like characters like that. I find it pretty cool, and she hasn't really missed yet. And of course, when it comes to character interactions, um, she, because like without her, right, it would be really hard for like Riche, Coco, and Agate by themselves to just kind of get along. Like it would take far longer. But because the T is here, she kind of joins everyone and makes everyone kind of friends and stuff like that. So shout out her. That's my goal. That's my top one. But when it comes to the direction of the series right now, like when we talking Endgame, right? Endgame, I do think Coco's gonna end up folding. Like I don't think she will stay on the good side for too long because I just don't see the magic being able to cure her mom. Like I really don't see that happening, you know. And even if she because like her plan is to draw the opposite of the forbidden spell to undo it, but the opposite of the forbidden spell is still a forbidden spell. So she's gonna have to use forbidden magic regardless. And I still don't like that's a good plan because given the power system, it should work. But we saw what happened to Ainu. It didn't work in the way they imagined, right? They thought he would just revert, but instead of Ainu, he was just able to speak, but he didn't really revert back. So I feel like she really needs forbidden magic to actually, yeah, she's definitely the glue of the team. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, like Coco, I feel like for sure she's gonna need forbidden magic. There's no way normal because if normal magic could work on her mom, they would have been done it. Quifrey is so knowledgeable, trained under that sage himself, and still didn't know magic to kind of save the mom. So yeah, Coco has to rely on forbidden magic sooner or later. Like it's just bound to happen. With Agate, yeah, of course I see her, prospering in the Arklon family, doing her thing. Riche, I don't really know where Riche could go, and the Tatia can honestly go either way. Like I still see her being like a good witch, but um, her and Origio, because like I said, I already said they're pretty similar in terms of like where they want to be, but Origio was kind of like right now he's doing technically illegal things, right? Like the fact that he's hiding information from the witch police multiple times, but he's doing it because he believes that's the right reason, right? He's not someone that will follow the rules if it ends up hurting people. He's not gonna do that. So I feel that like someone like Orgio or Tatia could actually end up breaking the rules if it does end up helping people. Like if Tatia has to do a forbidden spell, or Orgio got to do a forbidden spell, or help do a forbidden spell to like help somebody, I think that could happen. So it's like I said, with how I don't think this society could last. Like the current society, with how the rules, with how the witch police thinks, with how they operate, with how the people are kind of reacting to them, I don't think this would be like a long lasting society. I feel like, especially Coco, with Coco's existence and how Coco thinks, I feel like they will slowly, because Coco questions a lot of these things, right? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? Do you think one of them will become part of the magic police? Um, the closest I would think is Agate, because Riche, she doesn't really seem like that type, to be with authorities and commanding people, stuff like that. Tatia definitely not. I feel like Tatia, the witch police like kind of hinders her too much. Like she wants to be, she said she wants to be like a witch that's like kind of free, does her own thing. And Coco, yeah, Coco has absolutely no reason to. The closer would be Agate, because her being Arklon, because I know the Arklon people, I think they're bodyguards for the library of books, something like that. So I feel like she'll be the closest. And even if she does end up as a magic police, I don't think that'd be necessarily a bad thing. She could be one of the good ones, but yeah, I could see it because the witch police, honestly, like I said, I still find their characters kind of interesting. Like I do, I because like those twins, those hyperactive twins, the girl, and then even that guy, because that's that one chapter where they were just like, I didn't even know what they were saying, like in the grand scheme of things, but he looked like he was giving one of his best speeches. So I was like, whoa, all right, bro. But yeah, the West Police don't seem too bad. But I don't like, they're still like ops and they're against us, so like I'm not gonna like support them. But as like a group, I actually think they could end up like a pretty solid group, like a group of characters. Like they could end up pretty good if you just get more on them. Hopefully this festival, because like there should be witch police in the festival just for like security. And if Brim hats do come, I do hope we get some witch police stuff. I feel like that would be pretty refreshing and good. Now what about Tartar? Yeah, see, because Tartar, that's the thing. Tartar's already doing illegal shit, bro. And then even Alera is on the run with Ainu. Because, see, and I didn't even speak on this. This is why I'm saying this system can't work, bro. Because Ainu, right? A Brim Hat attacked Ainu. Ainu didn't do anything. A Brim Hat just attacked him, turned him into that wolf. And after Tatia, Coco, all of them helped, Ainu can now speak. And then Ainu has like a kind of like necklace on the back that if he touches it on his neck, he reverts back to a normal human. And as long as that's on his neck, he's like me. He's just a normal person as long as that thing's on his neck. And then even if you take it off and he turns to a wolf, it's not like he goes like mad or crazy. He's just like a wolf. He's like, oh, I'm a wolf now. I could just put it back and then now he's back to a human. So literally, this does absolutely nothing when it comes to like the safety of the public. I know it's not a danger to anybody because even if he turns into a wolf in public, he still has his personality, he still has his sense of mind, and he can just like go back right away. But wait, do you think there's a moment that society find out how magic is drawn? What do you think will happen from there? Let me speak on that after I kind of speak on. I knew, but yeah. So I knew. If you look at I knew, right? He should be someone the witch society protects. He he's a victim, and I knew has literally, like I said, from zero danger from for society because he can just turn back to normal. Boom, put the necklace on the back of his neck. He's now a normal kid. He can just do everything he's always been doing. But he's gonna be arrested for simply having that tattoo on him. He didn't put it there. Someone else did. An evil terrorist group, the Brim Hats, put it on him. But I knew, would be arrested just for having it on him. Like, do y'all see the problem? This is such a bad system. It's ridiculous. How are you punishing Ainu for being a victim? And especially since his current form doesn't harm anybody. Like, yeah, he turns into a wolf, but he can just turn right back. And it's just dumb, bro. Like, some of these rules piss me off. But, alright, you said, yeah. Do you think there'll be a moment where, yeah, I do think it's inevitable. I feel like the society is eventually going to find out how it forms. And then it's going to lead to the wars again. I don't think the wars would be as bad, though. But I feel like it would definitely be like, people be, oh, so this is how magic is drawn. And then they're kind of, doing their own, hiding in like the houses, practicing. Because of course the witches still monopolize the books, the sigils, the signs, everything pretty much. So they can't just like learn the best spells right away. But I do feel like it's inevitable that they're gonna learn it eventually. That's just because like I said, with the way the rules work, this is just not gonna last. I don't see it lasting. And yeah, I feel like after they learn how magic works and how it's drawn and stuff like that. Because keep in mind, Coco was a normal girl, normal, and she caught Quifrey. She caught Quifrey lacking. Quirfy is one of the best magicians out there, bro. And she caught him lacking. Like, if Quirfy can get caught lacking by, like, a 10-year-old girl, 12-year-old girl, like I said, it's bound to happen. I feel like the mangaka, she's waiting until the story is at a healthy part where she can introduce the idea of, like, people learning it and then because society is guaranteed to become more chaotic after everyone learns it. And I feel like there'll still be a lot of good, though. But it'll kind of ruin what is set up if everybody's just nice. If everyone learns magic and then they're just like happy, everyone's healing, stuff like that, then that'll kind of kill off their whole idea that it was a bad thing to let them know. So I feel like there'll be some bad, but there'll also be some good. Like people would get healed more, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there'll still be like chaos and people using it for selfish reasons, stuff like that. Cause y'all saw the history of like that like Snake's Way about how like that one city was it was like a huge tourist spot. Everyone was going there, and then eventually it got so prosperous that they started like blocking the gates and stuff like that. And then they got even more prosperous that they started like gatekeeping who was a true citizen and who wasn't a true citizen. And then they basically just killed themselves from the inside. Like that great society just crumbled because of just selfish greed and stuff like that. So yeah, I was just reading it. The Magic Police captain said the situation context doesn't matter. It's the result that matters. These people don't care for real. See? Like they wanna like the order is all that matters. I mean like the balance that magic is in, that's all they care for. Like even Orijiro pointed it out, I mentioned it earlier, how the guy was saying that, we have to protect the order of magic. And he's like, dang, you won't even say the people, the witches? Like, these are people you have to protect. No one cares about the rules. Like, as long as people are saved, that's kind of what matters. That's what magic is used for. But, yeah, and then even when they pulled up, they were about to get Coco out the paint. Just because they thought Coco did use it, but they thought it was like, they thought like Coco, like, wrote on herself to become more powerful, stuff like that. When they did a body check of Coco, nothing, absolutely nothing. Like they were really about to take Coco out the paint for zero reason. A kid, They didn't even interrogate. They didn't even ask questions. Like you said, it's just like the result that matters to them, bro. Like, ah, that shit's so sad. But yeah, like it's also what makes the series like hype, you know. So, oh, we'll speak on that. We'll speak on that. Now I'm looking at yeah, the Tower of Tone. I honestly want to see that Tower of Tone. Like when they reach that book, yeah, when they reach that the tower where they can read all those books. That like, cause like every time you make a book, it just appears in that tower. That's one of the coolest ideas I've seen, bro. Like that's so cool. A book just exists and then boom, it's in that tower. Like when Coco finally reaches there, that would be one of the best arcs. Like just I just like a library too. Like I don't know how she set up a library arc to be hype, but yeah, I'm very excited for. I feel like that one happened to like way deep, but yeah, they cared about that more than Kusa's life being crushed. Don't even remind me. That honestly made me so mad, so mad. Like I mentioned earlier, the flag burnt. The flag didn't exist because like when when something burns, it just disappears. Like they're just ashes. They could bring that back. Kusta, they could even fake it. Take it like Kustis is passed out, and then they're carrying Kustis. He's passed out to find a way. Then like they secretly heal Kustis' leg, and then when Kustis like wakes up in the hospital, they're like, "Oh, your leg's healed." Oh, kind of play it off that way. And then I can be like, okay, so you really don't want them to know that you can heal and stuff like that, but you still care about them being healed. Like I would have loved it if it was something like that, but nah, they didn't care. And like I mentioned earlier, wait, let me actually pull up because they tried to blackmail that dude, bro. They were let me see. I'll go to like the exact words. It was gross, bruh. Wait. No, it's volume 3. Oh, whoops. Wait, hold up. Yeah. All right. So he said that the magic police said, I'll see him to count now. Where the doctors are. With swift attention from a doctor, his life should not be in danger. And then Dagda was like, "Why do you refuse to heal him right here? I saw you prepare, like the flags, and then like they were charred away, but you made them whole again through magic." And then he just like, and you can do the same for this boy, right? He can. And then he was just like, yeah, he said your magic must be capable of that. And then they were like, no, it isn't. Then Dagda's like, you're lying. Like, of course it has. And then like, prove your hand, or would you prefer that I leave him here and not take him to the hospital? I'm like, so you not only tell that guy like you're not only capping saying that I can heal him yada yada, but they tell him that we would literally leave Kustis here if you don't shut up. Can y'all believe this, bro? They would leave Kustis there to just die. Just because the guy was asking too many questions, bro. That's crazy to me, bro. This is the higher ups magic police. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, for Forbidden Magic, it's still like low key cool. Cause when one thing about Forbidden Magic, right? Cause when Quirfrey got that thing that Coco used to ruin that riverbank with like the spell, right? Cause the way it works is that like when you like it matches like the quantity, because like someone will have like a spell photo, right, of like something, and then something extremely far away, right, would if you use that up, it could like replace it with like the because it's linked, so the amount you put here or what happens to this one happens to like the one all the way far away. So what they use this for was that people in like the countryside, right, like they'll be in the countryside and they were like run out of materials and stuff, right? Like let's say they had like um hydrochloric acid, or they had like like just random medicine or random chemicals and stuff like that, and they run out. Since they're in the countryside, they're gonna have to go all the way to like the city or something like that to replace it. But with that forbidden magic, the guy that's already in the city that linked his spell bottle to the other guy's spell bottle can just like pour his and then match it to the guy in the countryside. So people in the country and people that don't have access to like hospitals and stuff like that, they always have the right amount of materials every single time, like without fail. That's one of the dopest abilities or dopest things you can use magic for, and yet it's forbidden because you can't heal or you can't affect the body with magic, or someone could use it the wrong way. It's so dumb, bro. It's so dumb. Like, I can't believe it. But let me scroll through and see if I'm forgetting something. Yes, spoke on Tartar. Tartar's cool, bro. Shout out to. I used to slander Tartar too for no reason. I was just being dumb. But Tartar, yeah, he cool. The crap have to take. Yeah, I do wonder if we're gonna see Ainu again, cause I would love to see how he's doing. But we've got responsibility. Let's put up. Yeah. Unless y'all got something else y'all want me to kind of speak on, I think I covered most of what I want to say, at least just for now. I am trying to see the other sages though, because like the sage we got, he was cool as hell, and um the other, and then he said he doesn't hold a candle to the other two sages, so that'll be dope. And Fisher's brother, he also got hurt too, so I wonder what he's. Oh yeah, I didn't speak of Risha's brother. Her brother is an absolute hoe, bro. Son, tell me this. All right. So first off, right, her and her brother. Her brother was a fan of her, right? I found that cute. He's like, oh, her little sister. She's, my little sister. She's so cool. Yada yada yada. I'm like, okay. Standing your little sister. I respect it. And then he ends up being, and then he said that he loves his little sister's magic, yada yada yada. And then being, he ends up being taken away to be an apprentice to like some like magician. And then some magician that like made him the apprentice was very, they were very strict, right? You have to do it this way, that way. This is the right answer. This is how you do it. So everyone kind of had the same style, and no one like had like no one could have like a variety of like their own styles and stuff like that. And then Riche was also eventually taken under that apprentice, and then her brother still stand her like abilities and stuff like that. So Riche learned to kind of hide her magic using like super small spells. That's why Riche is so good at small spells, is because she kind of trained to hide from the teachers. And the brother was like, he was like, wow, like my sister, like you're still even when the adults are kind of pressing us to stop using our magic, you still found a way to still be you. That's so cool. And then, bro, then they're taking the first test, right? Like where you have to grab the thing. Risha is thinking to herself like, okay, there's really only one way. Well, not like only one way, but like the main way to like to pass this test. Like it works. I just have to draw this here like everyone else, fly up, and then boom, like I succeed. So she does just that, flying up. And then her brother gonna give her the meanest stink eye. Like he's acting like he saw someone that just broke his heart, failed her, yada yada yada. And I'm just like, wait, hold up. You're not finna do this, because this is the same dude that literally the professor says anything and then he just does. Like he doesn't even question it and none of that. And then the one time Riche actually follows instructions without doing her own thing, he's disappointed. Like nigga, I'm disappointed in you, bruh. You don't do anything. And then of course, after Riche seeing her brother's disappointment, knowing how much her brother means to her, she's like, you know what? Screw adults. Adults just ruined my life. Yada yada yada. I'm like, wow. So it's all your fault. Her brother, nah, fuck her brother, bro. I hate that guy. Unless I see him get on his knees and beg for forgiveness, I'm never making my top anything. Not a major thing, but I love the black representation in the series. Nah, it's a major thing, bro. Like, Alera, hold up, because, um, hold up, because I don't, cause like, volume 6 that I have is Orijuo, but like, and I love Orijuo, but the volume 6 I saw from somebody else was Alera, bro. Like, what? Wait, hold up. Bitch Hat Atelier Volume 6 Special Edition. Son, no way. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Hold on. Wait. Y'all see this? Magical, bro. Absolutely sent. Just look at that. Alera, the GOAT. See, the fact that she even sacrificed, like, she had a whole life ahead of her, right? I knew was about to be Hold because he got a tattoo on his back. I already spoke on how I felt about that. He got a whole tattoo on his back. They're trying to hold him because they're gonna lock him up. Alera said, "Bro, I'm here for you. Like, I would legit like travel with you until we find some way to just like escape or find some way to like heal this problem." And keep in mind, I knew has his own like he has his own like master that don't give a fuck about him. Special edition so far, I saw one of them come in a bro. Hold up. I had a friend, right? This guy, this volume right here, right? Volume 7. I bought it too. But when these special edition niggas buy it, they get a whole pocketbook of spells they can just draw on, bro. Do you know how many things I would draw on that pocketbook? That's crazy. How come I spend money, I get no pocketbook, they spend money, they get a pocketbook? This is ridiculous, bro. This is absolutely ridiculous. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. How can y'all do this to me? But anyway, I really do hope we get special editions soon, bro. Like, they're so fire, son. Like, I love Orjuo, but like, I would have loved that Alera cover on my shelf. That would have just been great. But yeah, and then they also introduced that other black character. Because we have Alera, and then I don't want to get the names wrong. Okay, so it was volume 7. Alright, hold up. Just look at her, bruh. The camera can't focus, but hey. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Like, lovely, wonderful. And she not, you know what I'm saying? She not like being what people imagine is some like, because like when it comes to Japan and the way they view black people, ah, it's just all stereotypes, you know. But based on what I'm seeing, there's no really like clear stereotype you can kind of just stay like kind of just like stamp on these guys, you know, like this guy right here. Yeah, him, like the guy. He seems like a good man. He's just chilling. Good dialogue. He has his own apprentice. She's fired. Like, love it. They just, you know, they're just normal characters. That's all I need. Like, just be normal. So yeah, I love the fact that we got Alera, we got those two. You know, like it's refreshing, and they don't have like racist backstories. Like, oh, witches, they racism, but this is a fantasy, bro. People are still being racist even in fantasies. Come on, son. Y'all just love drawing that shit. Like, just make them chill. Just make them normal people that just have chilling. Like, it's that simple. But yeah, I agree. I really do love the representation, the black representation in the series. It's very refreshing, and I like seeing that they're not very tropey. Like when people imagine or like portray black characters, they always have this certain kind of vibe to them. But like Alera and then those two, like they don't have that vibe. They just feel like normal witch hat characters that are just, you know, her hair for the black. Exactly. Like don't do keep it authentic. Keep it looking like it should. Like don't come make some pseudo fake because like they do that. Like to make like a darker skin tone, but then make like the hair completely like you know completely customized. Basically, I mean it's fine. It's not like it's your story, but to make it like a true authentic black character, like that hair, like it really does give that that final kind of staple for it. So I appreciate that, and it looks good. That's the thing too. Because like it's one thing drawing it, and one thing is drawing it and it looks good. Because some of these people like they draw it and then they purposely make it look ugly or they make it look just trash. But nah, like she doing her work. And they Origio stands, bro. They know ball. They know Origio that nigga, bro. Oh yeah, the witch hat trees back characters is something that fuck with a lot. Yeah, Malcolm. Like it's clean. It's clean. I respect it. But let me see what else. What else can I talk about? Cause I might wrap it up. If y'all got like something y'all want me to speak on or y'all want to speak on, like just slide me through as I think. Because if I don't think of something, then I might just call it a stream. Oh, okay. So Agate, see, like when I mentioned that, like the Archelon people were like being bodyguards or like librarians in the Library of Tomes. Agate, like on panel, said she wants to be one too. So okay, that's fine. Cause like yeah, I said like if she wasn't that, then she'd be like the witch police, like you mentioned earlier. But yeah, she says right here that um she wants to be a librarian there, which is pretty dope. Like I said, that library is cool as fuck. All right, if if y'all don't got something, I'ma just look through one last volume and then call it a stream. I love my daughter. It's so cool. 4 for 4. That's about it. But I'm really excited for the future of the series. Oh, for sure, man. We just need these consistent translation, and I'm liking the pace that they're releasing these books at. They're really they're really getting these books out of here. They're a good amount of chapters drop enough for the next volume. Boom, it's released. So that's dope. And yeah, like you said, the future they got a lot of potential, man. And I really like how she's using the brim hats. The brim hats, like rereading, I never knew just how many times they showed up until my reread. Like every arc, every arc they're here. They always got a dialogue to say at the end, or they show up, be a menace. They always like slipping in forbidden magic here and there. So yeah, they're gonna be a main catalyst for just my enjoyment of the series most likely. And I like how Tartar, I mentioned this many times, but yeah, Tartar and Coco like basically doing forbidden activities right now to help somebody, that's gonna be a catalyst. Because if Tatia finds out, Agate finds out, Riche finds out, they might be like, hey, this is not, yeah, it's illegal, but, they might start moving like that. And then, because a lot of our characters, especially Orgio, he's hiding a lot of stuff from the government and stuff like that because he thinks he's doing the right thing. So we have a lot of characters that's kind of leaning towards the illegal path. They probably won't be full out brim hats, but they're definitely gonna cause like a societal change when it comes to how they look at the rules and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot going on, bro. And this festival, it all starts with this festival. I feel like this festival could be a major turning point. Of course, we've got the storyline. All the witches are here. Like this is a very popular event. All the main witches are here. So if Brim has want to do something crazy, it's here. And of course, getting more stuff on Agate will be great. And if Brim has do show up and Quirfree can get another clue, that would be even better. So Creature the series is great. I agree. And yeah, let's I'll definitely try to post like a lot of Witch Hat videos. Like I could, like I said, I've in the beginning, power system vid and world building is definitely being done, like for sure. I just have a big test coming up, so I can't really focus too much on it as of right now. But yeah, I'll definitely I can cover a lot of content for this. I can cover a lot of content for this series, so I'm excited for it. I'm gonna have a lot of fun, and y'all, yeah, stay tuned, bro. Like I'm gonna definitely let Witch Hat Hive eat, So thanks for watching. Can't even believe I streamed for over an hour. That's crazy, but yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, thanks for pulling up. Like I said, appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, I'll catch y'all later.